Hi, it's Jane here from craftwithjane.co.uk, and today I'm bringing you this, what I think I'm going to call vintage inspired gift box, because it has this real vintage vibe to it with this beautiful paper. And this paper is called Abigail Rose, and it is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So it's got these beautiful patterns, you can see, with like flowers on, and some just muted colours. You've got some browns, some black, cream, pale pinks, pale greys. It's absolutely stunning. There's one, I can't wait to use this one. This one I'm going to use on some journaling layouts for my a traveller's notebook, I think, because it just looks stunning. So it's absolutely gorgeous paper that I have used. And the gift box, if I open it up for you, is a really nice size actually. So it's you can fit quite a decent amount of gifts in here, and it measures 4¼ by 2¼ by 2. So it is absolutely lovely gift box. So yeah, I'll pop that to one side and we will start the project. So this is the base cardstock, and I've picked black for this rather than the brown, because I'm going to use this paper, which has got the cream, the off-white and the black flower on it. So the cardstock base measures 8¼ by 6¼ Please follow the links below to my blog, because I will put the metric measurements on there for you as well. So I'm going to score this at 2 inches on all 4 sides, and this is going to give me the depth in the base in the box. Lovely. So that one's just there, and I will just pop this to one side, and we'll make the base up first before we do the lid. And then, so I'm going to score simple box structure. I'm going to burnish all of the scored lines, and then I'm going to trim and glue. So get my snips out. So I do love a gift box. I don't think you can beat it, can you? I just think, and this one holds quite a decent amount of products in it, or gifts in it. So I could pop some wrapped up jewellery, I could fit some candles in here, some small little tea lights. I can fit all sorts of gifts in here. And it's just sometimes really nice to have a few gift box made up. Obviously, because I paper craft, I do have like a little metal basket full of all of my unused boxes. So when I'm doing a project, it's normally because I've got to gift something, but obviously because I'm demonstrating for yourselves as well, I end up with 2. So I tend to gift one of them, and then I tend to keep the other one in my little drawer, my little wire basket drawer to give out. So it's always nice and handy. I'm never short of a gift box or a gift bag or a card. So yeah, lucky. Okay, so for this, I think I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus. So you could really use any adhesive you wanted to, and I'm probably done this the wrong way around, but I'm probably going to go in and trim some of the bits of these tabs that I'm going to be gluing. So I'll just do this to start with, and then that a bit closer, and then I'll maybe take out a tiny bit of the corners just here. So I'll just trim these down a tiny bit. Sorry, I should have done this first, and I'll go back in and glue so that they stick. I don't want them flapping inside the box. There we go. So apologies. There we go. That is your template that you should be looking to make. Right, let's just get some more tear and tape. Stampin' Seal, sorry. On here. Again, you could use tear and tape, that's a good example. You could use liquid glue. There we go. You could use anything you wanted to. So I'm going to just make sure these fit the edges, press it down, and I'll do that all the way along. Press it down. Oops. And then same here, just make sure these edges look nice. And there we go. So use my bone folder on the inside, press down. And there's the base of my box, just there ready. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the lid now. So I've used the Very Vanilla cardstock for the lid of my box, and I'm going to use a piece of cardstock as my shim just here, and that will help me when I'm scoring this cardstock. This cardstock for the lid measures 7 1/4 by 5 1/4, and it's important that when I'm scoring it that I use a shim just here. So I'm going to be scoring this at 1 1/2 inches. On all 4 sides. Just going to do 1 1/2 again all the way around. Oop. There we go. 1 1/2 all the way around. 1 1/2. There we go. Get my bone folder and do some burnishing. So pretty much like I did before. So I'll burnish and do my cutting. Sometimes I do my cutting before I burnish, but on cardstock that's quite dark or quite light, sometimes I'll burnish first. Depends what mood I'm in, really. Okay, so I'll do my trimming, which is very similar to what I've just done. So I'm just trimming up, and I'm gonna mite in. I'll do this on all 4 of the corners. But then I'm going to show you my layers, and I'm going to glue my layers before I assemble my box, because it's just a bit easier to glue it on the flat. But it's a personal preference. There's no right or wrong way to do this. If you want to make your box lid up and then glue your layers on, that's fine as well. You just do whatever works for you. Okay, so there's the box trimmed, just like that. So that is the box template for the lid. So next, I've made my layers. Just here. So I've got the top layer, which fits in the top of the box here. And this is cardstock layer of 4 1/8 by 2 1/8. And then the DSP layer is 4 by 2. So I'll glue that one on first. I'm going to use liquid glue for this because I do want to be able to wiggle it a little bit to make it fit nicely. And I quite like the bit of wiggle you get with the liquid glue. Okay, so I'm just going to bring this here. I'm just going to press this in to place. And then I'm going to try and get an equal border of cardstock around the edge, which I haven't. There you go. But that's the beauty of this glue, look. See, I'm just wiggling it a little bit. Should we see now if I've managed to get it straighter? It's a bit better, isn't it? Slightly more to this side. There we go. And that's perfect. Right, so press that down. For these 2 long side panels here, the cardstock layer, so the black layer measures 4 1/8 by 1 3/8, and the DSP layer here measures 4 inches by 1 1/4. So same, I'm going to glue the back, and then I will glue this in place. Same sort of thing, I'm going to try and get as equal a border as I possibly can, and then I'm going to just do that to see how I'm looking. Yeah, and then I'm going to press it down firmly. There you go. I will repeat and glue this one down. Okay, same principle here. Just going to press this down. I'm going to double check. Make sure I'm happy that the layer sits where I want it to. Press it down firmly. Okay, and then I've got these two pieces just here to do, which I've got these two bits here, and the cardstock measures 2 1/8 by 1 3/8, and the designer series paper in here measures 2 by 1 1/4. So last things to glue in. There we go. And just pop that in just here. So I've obviously glued these together in advance, which for me really helps with preparation for these videos and cuts down sometimes on some of the unnecessary bits that you don't necessarily need to see, because it just cuts an easy step out for you. And then this one just here. There we go. Okay, so all 4 layers are on. So now I'm going to make the lid to my box. So for this, I'm going to take the base of the box and I'm going to make it around the base of the box. And what I'm going to do is use liquid glue, so it's got a little bit of wiggle room again. So it should fit snugly because we've made that shim, but you just can never tell. So I am literally going to glue the 4 corners to this box. And then the 4 tabs, and then I'm going to start my ability to position. So I'll try to pick up a little bit to start with, and then I will make sure that it fits over the box, and that allows me that little bit of wiggling. So I'm going to place this over the box like so. And then I'm just going to press firmly down. Okay, so I've taken the box off. So I'm just going to press down firmly with my bone folder to make sure that it's sticking well. There we go. So there's the box lid, and let's try it out. There we go. Lovely sound, perfect fit, because we used that shim layer. So I'm just going to decorate now. So I don't have the stamps that goes with the Abigail Rose yet, but I do have Nature's Print, and I felt like this whimsical writing and the two different fonts sort of had a vintage feel to it. So I'm going to use the same one that I did in my example. I'm going to use Best Wishes and Happy Thoughts. So I've stamped that already from this stamp set, Nature's Prints. And I've used the stitch rectangle dies, and I've used that one just there, you can see, to then cut the sentiment out, which I'm going to pop on some Stampin' Dimensionals to elevate on the box. So I'm going to do a similar sort of situation. I might do my sentiment on the other side. So I'll get out my Stampin' Dimensionals just here, and I'll pop sort of pop them in a bit of an angle. So got 4 sentiments on the back of there. That's probably more than enough. Probably could have got away with 3, but there you go. I've got those 4 there, and I'm going to stick it this side. So I sort of line it up before I press it down, and then I tend to press it down, and that looks okay, doesn't it? So I'm going to add some bling to this now. So this is the polished dots. I don't know if you can see them. Let me take them out of the packet for you. So I've stuck it on the back to let me know that these are retiring. So they're in the retirement list now. I think this video is going out at the beginning of June. So they're on the retirement list, and I do believe they're discounted. So do check them out. And you can see they've got the beautiful sort of pinky ones and the clear ones. So I've used the pinky ones here, which I thought went with the brown, and I'll use the clear ones here. But they're absolutely gorgeous. Cannot believe they're retiring. I have loved these, as you can probably tell by the amount that I've used. So I'll pop a clear one just like this, just here, and then I'll use one of the little ones just here. I just think they're so pretty. There we go. So really subtle, but really pretty. So pop those there. And then finally, the ribbon that I've chosen to use is one of my favorites. It's this beautiful shimmery ribbon, and it's in grey granite, but I wanted something sort of silky, and I wanted a thinner ribbon, so I don't have a black that matches, but I was happy to use the grey because I felt like it went nicely with the black. And I will just tie a little bow if I can. Bear with me for this one. There we go. So if I can, I always try and do these on the spool. It doesn't always work, but we'll have a little go. This is one of the easier ribbons to tie because it's silky and it's just really manageable. There we go. Oh, that looks nice, doesn't it? Not a bad bow. Quite happy with that one. So that's just there. And I'll straighten it up. And this is my vintage Abigail Rose gift box, which I think is really sweet. I really like it. I love the layers. I just think it makes it look classic. I'm not sure which one I prefer, actually. I think they're both quite lovely. Let me know in the comments below if you've got a favourite. I'd be really, really keen to know. Okay, I just wanted to remind everyone that there's a last chance product sale on at the moment. So do follow the links below to shop with me if you don't already have a demonstrator. I'd be over the moon. I do send out thank you cards to everyone that places an order with me. And if you have a qualifying order and you use my host code, you get a whole little pack that comes out to you. It normally has some free product in it, and so often we'll have either some additional free product that coordinates or a handmade gift as well. Really lovely gift packs. I love making them up. I get so excited when I get orders. I do a little happy dance, and then I start making up my thank you gift straight away. So please do consider that. If you'd like to join my team, again, follow the links below. And if you've enjoyed this video, do think about subscribing. I would be delighted. It does encourage me to make more content when people subscribe, like and comment, because that interaction is what keeps me designing projects really, and showcasing them for you here and showing you how to case them. So yeah, do consider subscribing. I'm going to say bye for now, guys, and happy crafting.